Hi everybody, I'm April and I'm the wolferanchgirl. Hey there and welcome. If you're new here, I'm April, and on my channel I share all the things I find positive, productive, and helpful to help us navigate through this crazy life. And today we are going to be looking at my notes pages in my Erin Condren life planner and checking out how I utilize those to help me kind of keep track of all sorts of different things all in one spot instead of having multiple different items that I have to look at to access that information. So let's get started. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to an overhead shot and we are going to look at the notes pages. Okay, so after the vellum page, I always want to put a photo that I really like or that makes me happy, and so this year I decided to put our family Easter picture, which has all of us except our oldest son, and he was not able to join us for Easter. So then I always have my name and my cell phone number, which I'm not going to share on camera, in case anything happens to the planner or I leave it somewhere accidentally or something like that, someone will be able to get a hold of me. So then after the intro page, you have a couple of quote pages, and then you open up to the 2020-2021 calendar, and this runs from July 2020 to December 2021. And this is not something that I look at every day, so it's something that I look at when I am trying to plan for the month or do the monthly spread. So I keep birthdays that I need to track, not friends, like kids' friends' birthdays, but like family birthdays, very, very close friends, pretty much anybody that I know I'm going to be buying a gift for. That way, when I'm working on my budget for the upcoming month, I'll know right away because I can see the three red translucent dots that I've got 3 birthdays that I need to plan for. And these are pretty big birthdays because that's one of my best friends, my husband, and my sister. So I know that I'm going to need to plan for a certain amount of money in that budget. And then the purple or lavender translucent buttons or dots are my kids' school calendar. So this is what was published for their school for this year, and I know that things may be changing, but hopefully won't have too many changes to this. And then I use an orange translucent for my calendar for my school. I teach at a different school district than my children attend, and I don't have my calendar yet, so all I really know is that we're supposed to be coming back on August 13th, so we will see. And then I also track the anniversaries, or 2 major anniversaries, with the clear metallic dot covers. You can see that that's metallic. So you can purchase translucent dots from Erin Condren. I did not get these from Erin Condren. I got these from an Etsy shop, and I will make sure that I share that information down below in the description box. So then the next page that you open up to is just, it has a set of 12 boxes. So you've got 6 on this page and 6 on this page. And I've seen this used for a variety of different things. I've seen it used for sticker set planning. I've seen it used for, well, what I'm using it for, which is tracking the things that I want to pay with our debt snowball. I've also seen projects or maybe cleaning schedules, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with these pages. I am using it for the items that I want to pay each month with our debt snowball and get those things paid off. And unfortunately, from July through September, I'm not making much progress on debt because I'm paying property taxes. They're not escrowed into our account because we go through our mortgage for our property for the ranch is through a credit union, and at least our credit union doesn't escrow those things. So that's all cash that we just have to pay. And then in August, of course, we've got school fees, vehicle registrations, which in Illinois can be pretty high. And then also one of our kids has got some dental work that needs done, so I know I'll have that bill. And then in September is the second installment of the property taxes. So after these things are done, and my husband and I know that we've got some income changes coming through different contract negotiations and such, then we'll be able to better assess what our actual debt snowball amount is going to be, and then we'll be able to pick and focus on different things for the months ahead in the next year. So then you go into the July separator. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath. Don't know what the deal is there. That takes you to the July spread, which I'm so happy that the tab opens to the July monthly. And I went through planning my July monthly in the Plan With Me. So if you haven't seen that, I will link that above. It'll show up somewhere on here. And then you flip over to your dashboard pages. So I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the dashboard pages, but I think that how I have this set up right now is looking pretty good. So I've got a routine that I'm trying to follow for July, at least for the morning. And then things that I would like to do with my channel listed here, the debt snowball focus for the month listed here, and then I've got my weekly planner spreads listed here, and then I'm starting to keep track of my top 10 favorites for the month on this side. So what I really want to focus on is this page, which is going to be the same for me every month. So whenever I turn from the monthly spread to the dashboard, I am always going to see my monthly budget right here. Now, I budget using a couple of different methods, but this right here is, I guess you would consider it my bill list. So I can see a breakdown for each pay period of the month, what bills I need to pay, when they're due, and then I keep track of how much is remaining at the end of the month. So I do one of these before every single month, and then I place it here in my July dashboard so that I can just switch here and look and see, okay, for this pay, I have to pay my mortgage, I have to pay the car payment, and then I've got Hulu, Netflix, and Disney Plus coming out. Then I can see how much money is coming in, how much money I'm spending on expenses, and how much money I have remaining. And I do that for every single pay period for that month. So in July, there's 3. In August, there will only be 2. And I will do a video on how I set this up. I originally started in Excel, but I moved it to Google Sheets because I can access Google Sheets on my phone or from any device that has internet access. But I like to have it here in my calendar so that I have a quick reference to it. I don't have to wait for anything to load or anything like that. So now we're going to flip to the very back into the notes section. So after the month of June, this planner doesn't go into July except for the last weekly spread of June. In last year's, you had an actual July tab and it showed you the July monthly spread, but this year it's not doing that. So I think that that's kind of odd and cool, because then you don't have an extra tab. You don't have to decorate it twice. So then you flip the page and you get into your notes section. So on my actual notes tab page, what I'm keeping track of here are my days off. So once I get my new contract in from the teachers union, I'll be able to see how many personal days we're getting this year, how many sick days, and then how many days I had remaining from last year, and I'll put that total here, and then I'll use this space to keep track of if I take any days off during this school year and what did I use them for. So I'm tracking sick, personal, or professional development. So my teacher license rolled over this year, so that means that my professional development hour requirements start over again, and I will be having to take some days to attend conferences and different types of professional development. So I just used some coffee washi tape. I love coffee. I'm addicted. And then an Erin Condren kind of message box, and just wrote days off in there. And this washi is super cute. It says, "But first coffee," and I think I just got this at Hobby Lobby. And then these are some of my favorite pages, and they're super useful. So on this page, what I'm using this for is to track birthday gifts. And I used some Planner Kate washi, and then just a few of the birthday foiled stickers. So there's little birthday cakes and happy birthday up at the top. And so I'm tracking any kind of gifts that I'm getting for my family. So Mark and I's anniversary is coming up in 2 weeks. So I tracked what I got him for our anniversary, and then what I'm planning to get him for his birthday in August. And so that just keeps me on track. So I'm like, okay, I know that I'm looking for a grill cover, and if I happen to find it on sale and it's the right one, then I know that's what I'm wanting, and I can mark it off of my list. And then Waylon's birthday is in November, Christian's birthday is in December, and then Walker and Tristan's birthdays are both in March. And then there's some other people that I always buy for their birthdays, and I'm tracking them down here. And these are just little flags that came in an Erin Condren sticker collection. I don't know if it came with this book or in an actual sticker book. Okay, so the next couple of pages are some of my favorite pages to decorate, and they're some of my favorite pages to keep track of. I started doing this last year after I watched a video from Kristen Morgan at the Golden Circle, or the Gold Project. Her Facebook group is called the Golden Circle. So if you don't know her, please go and check out her channel. It's Kristen Morgan at the Gold Project, and she's absolutely wonderful. Very down to earth, and I have learned a lot about planning from her. So this is my Christmas time tracker, and it has evolved from last year, and I did go over this in my year in review video, so if you wanted to see how things looked last year, then I'll link that in a card above. Alright, so I just have this broken up by Mark, and I used some washi here. This is just some washi that I actually picked up at the Dollar Tree, so that was a huge find, because it's super sparkly. And then the Holly Jolly and the washi up here was in the seasonal sticker book. So I just added what I'm planning on getting these my family for Christmas. So I'm not going to go over each thing, but once something comes into my mind, I'll write it down, and then if I purchase that item, then I will highlight it. So I've got Mark, Waylon, and Walker listed here. And then I flip over the page, and this page has Christian and Tristan, and then my mom and dad, my mother-in-law, a couple of dear friends, and then we move over here. And for our families, we don't do individual gifts for like my sister, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, and then their kids, so on and so forth. What we do is a basket, and then so we might do a themed basket, like a movie basket, and then that goes into a pool, and we play some sort of Christmas dice game or present round robin or something like that, or like Naughty Santa, where you can steal someone's gift. And so that's what I have listed here for both my husband's family and my family. And then we always do a Friendsgiving with our close group of friends, and so anything that I need to purchase for that will be listed there. And then people that are in my husband's office, and then teachers. And I love this. This really helps me not to overspend. And I'll go over some Christmas things when it gets closer to time. So then here is going to be, I haven't done it yet, but I think I'm going to turn this into a sinking funds page where I track, instead of having to take pretty much an entire one of my husband's paychecks in the month of July, and then in the month of September, and paying our property taxes, I'm going to take the total amount due for our property taxes, divide it by 12, and then starting in October, take that money and put that into our savings account, which is called a sinking fund. And so I'm going to list that here, and then be able to keep track of how much money I have towards our property taxes in that sinking fund. So that's my plan, but I haven't started anything yet because we are going to have a few income changes. And this page, what I have done, this page and the next page actually, is so I'm trying to keep a list of the things that we want to do and then highlighting the items as we get them done. Now this one looks weird. We have a pretty long lane coming to our house, so I said 2 or 3 loads of rock onto the driveway. Well, we've managed to get one. Rock is pretty expensive. It's kind of ridiculous actually. And so I have that also done here, and actually we just painted the back door, so I can get my highlighter and I can go ahead and then actually I'm going to add another new project to this, and it is going to be a custom pergola off of front of house. And this is actually my husband's fault because he can build anything, and he's the one that made the suggestion, and then I fell in love with it. So I'd like to build a custom pergola off the front of our house, and I think that will look really neat. Okay, so I had one more page, I believe, yes. I had one more page and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, and like so many other people, I have gained some weight during the COVID shutdown. What I did is starting July 1st, I'm tracking my weight. So these are just the little sticky notes that came with the layers sticky note insert, and I glued them down with a tape runner, and then I just wrote the first day and last day of each of the weeks from July 1st through to the end of February. And so at the first of each week, then I will weigh and be able to track if I have lost any weight or not. So July 13th, actually, I went to the doctor today for my pre-op appointment, and I was down to 221. So that's today's weight, and please don't judge, I'm working on it. So that is what I'm going to do here, and that way I can see my progress as we move through the year. And I've never done anything like this before, so we'll see how it works out. I was trying to do it on my weekly spreads, but then I had too much stuff going on, and then I had to flip from week to week to week to be able to see the progress, and I think that this will be more motivational for me, but we'll see. And then the last thing here is actually a medication list. So I actually, a part of my planner group, someone had put out a question of how people use their note pages, and this is one of the things that were on there. And I was like, that is a great idea, because I can never remember, like, what is the name of my multivitamin, or how many micrograms of D3 am I taking, or B12 or something like that. So I'm keeping a list of this, and this really helped last Monday when I went to my yearly wellness visit and was able to just go ahead and write down everything because I had it listed here and had no problems at all. And then that is the end of the planner. So I hope that you guys found how I do my notes pages helpful, and that maybe that is something that you would be able to do too. If you have any other ideas of how you can utilize, or I can utilize, notes pages in the future, please go ahead and drop those things in the comments, and don't hesitate to drop that information, because you could be helping somebody else as well. I would love to know how you guys are utilizing your notes pages, or if any of the ways that I'm utilizing my notes pages. Okay, so that is how I utilize my notes pages in my Erin Condren Life Planner, and I hope that you guys found that useful. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and put them in the comments below. As always, if you found this content positive and productive and a way to help you navigate through life. Hopefully you want to go ahead and join my community in this channel. If so, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button to show YouTube that you like the content that I am providing for you. Go ahead and click on subscribe wherever it is around here. And if you want to know when I post new videos, go ahead and click on the bell notification and you will get a notification of when I post new content. So I hope that you guys have a great week and I'll see you later.